So in this video, we are going to explore something really powerful. It's a technique that can help you access deeper states of awareness and inner peace and a sense of connection to something more or something greater. And it all begins with your breath. It's called DMT Breathing, and it's about awakening what is already within you through conscious breathwork using rhythm, focus and intention. So whether you are curious about breathwork, you want to take your practice to the next level, or you've heard about DMT and you are wondering, or you wonder what it's all about, this video is for you. You are not going to want to miss this. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me. So DMT, well, first of all, it stands for dimethyltryptamine, and it is often referred to as the spirit molecule. For those who don't know much about it, it is a naturally occurring compound that's found in certain plants, animals, and the human body. Now, when it's used in its synthetic or its plant-based form, like in ayahuasca or crystal DMT, it can induce really intense spiritual or visionary states, which often involve vivid visuals, some might say hallucinations, not so sure, the dissolution of your ego, time distortion, and a sense of connection to, I'm going to use the word source, but you can switch that out for something that resonates with you if you want, but certainly a higher intelligence or maybe even another dimension. Now, many people report meeting advanced otherworldly beings, like my brother, for example. It'd be good to get him on for a podcast. He's got a very interesting story about DMT or a DMT journey. But during a DMT journey, revisiting soul memories or past life memories or experiencing profound insights into life, consciousness, death, and all that sort of stuff is common. And some people are going to love the sound of that kind of thing, while others are most definitely not. But here's the thing, our bodies already produce it naturally when we're dreaming, or during sleep, or deep meditation, or near-death experiences, and in moments of spontaneous spiritual awakening, such as a Kundalini awakening or Kundalini rising. So there's a growing body of research, loads of scientific research and evidence that points to specific breathing techniques and their ability to shift our brain chemistry, altering our brainwave states, changing our oxygen and our CO2 balance, and potentially triggering the release of our body's own DMT. And while the science is compelling and most definitely worth reading and exploring, what I've come to understand through my own practice, and for me that's conscious breathing and meditation or transcendental meditation, I've never actually ingested DMT, is that the most powerful confirmation does not always come from research, it comes from experience. So this practice isn't about taking something external, it's about awakening, like I said at the beginning, something that's already within us, that's always been there, something maybe that's lying dormant, that is timeless and connected and intelligent. And when you combine rhythm and intention and presence, your breath becomes more than just breath. It becomes like a bridge to something beyond the physical or the ordinary or the everyday. So how can something as simple as breathing create such a profound shift, both physically and metaphysically? Well, because your breath is unique, quite simply. It's the only system in the body that runs both automatically or autonomously, so on autopilot, and consciously, whereby you can choose to take control at any moment. And when you start breathing with intention and rhythm, you begin to change your internal chemistry. I've talked about that in several videos. For example, by intentionally lowering CO2 levels and increasing oxygen through faster or rapid breathing, you can shift the blood's pH and you can stimulate the sympathetic nervous system and ultimately activate altered brainwave frequencies or states like theta and gamma. If you are not familiar with the brainwave states, theta is like a gateway between your conscious mind and your subconscious world. It is where creativity flows, it's where intuition sort of wakes up, and it's where deep physical and emotional healing can begin. So you naturally move into a theta brainwave state during deep meditation, lucid dreaming, and those peaceful kind of twilight moments at night just before you fall asleep. So it's less about logic and it's more about that knowing, that sense of knowing. So you're not thinking, but instead you are receiving, or you're remembering, or you're feeling. Gamma, on the other hand, is associated with elevated states of consciousness, spiritual connection, and moments of deep insight. So it is not a busy or an overthinking state. It's more like a full body knowing state. So think of unconditional love or bliss, or the sense of being completely and totally present, deeply connected. Gamma brainwaves are most likely to show up during deep meditation or in peak spiritual states, so like during a DMT journey, for example. So ultimately what breathwork allows you to do is to tune your mind into these deeper or these higher frequencies, depending on your intention and your technique. And when you access these states, you don't just feel calm or more centered, you literally attune yourself to insight and to guidance and to downloads. Sorry, I don't know, I lost myself then. And this is where your breath becomes more than a physical function. It becomes a portal, a way to release, to realign and to reconnect with your intuition, your higher self, or the field of consciousness, or the quantum field that we are all connected to and part of. Okay, let's get into how you actually do this with an exercise. So I put something together inspired by techniques like the Wim Hof method, holotropic breath work, and ancient pranayama, but with a more mindful or an energy-centered focus. As always, if now is not a good time, just skip to the next chapter, which you can do in the description below, or hopefully the chapters in the play bar. But if you stick with me, we are going to go through 3 intentional phases. Each one will last between 90 seconds and 2 minutes, and we are going to start with rhythmic breathing, then we're going to move into breath retention, and we are going to finish with focused awareness. Let's begin. So make yourself comfortable and close your eyes. We're going to start with 3 rounds of 4, 7, 8 breathing, inhaling through the nose for 4 seconds, holding for 7, and exhaling through the mouth for 8. Allow yourself a moment to settle before we begin. Okay, inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to spend the next 90 seconds taking deep, conscious breaths without pausing between inhale and exhale. Remember to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. In and out. In and out. Continue to breathe, inhaling deeply and exhaling fully. You may begin to feel tingly or light, but this is perfectly normal. It's just your nervous system shifting gears. Before we move into the next stage, take one more conscious breath in and let it go. Then gently hold your empty breath. It's here in the quiet between breaths that the door to your higher self begins to open. Stay in this stillness until your body naturally asks for air. When the urge to breathe returns, take a deep inhale through your nose, hold for about 15 seconds or as long as you can, and then gently exhale through your mouth and again hold your empty breath. Now repeat this cycle, but this time as you hold, bring your awareness to your crown chakra, just above your head. Visualize a radiant sphere of pure white light, expanding outward like ripples in the sky, connecting you to the sacred light that breathes beneath all creation. When your breath cools again, inhale deeply through the nose, hold, exhale, and hold again. Continue moving through this cycle, breath, stillness, and connection until the end of this exercise. So how did that feel? I would love to hear your thoughts or your experiences, if you had any, in the comments below. Obviously, I'm aware 5 minutes doesn't leave much time for super deep transformation, but even a few conscious breaths can shift something within us. Personally, I tend to do this kind of practice for at least 25 minutes, and often much longer. It all depends if I'm listening to a timed soundscape. If not, I can easily drift into an hour, because once you settle into it, those 60 minutes can end up feeling more like 10. Everyone's experience is going to be unique during these kind of exercises. So you might feel physical sensations like tingling, for example, throughout your entire body or within and around specific chakras. You could experience temperature rises or certainly changes, or a weightless, light floating sensation. It could be a deeply emotional release, or it could produce a really spiritual or expansive experience. What I love about this practice is that it's not about the doing, it's about allowing. You're allowing energy to rise up, you're allowing stillness to guide you, and perhaps most importantly, you are allowing yourself to let go and to trust that you are connected to something more. For me, breathwork has become a way to reconnect, not just with my physical body, but with something more spiritual or maybe something more sacred. And it continues to unfold. It keeps unfolding. It's not something that you enter into to complete. It's something that you return to, and you return to it again and again and again, and each time you come back, it reveals a little bit more of who you are and who you've always been. Every session is different. Sometimes they're gentle and less stimulating. Sometimes they are deeply profound and enlightening experiences. I love those ones, they're my favorite, but they are always going to be aligned with what your soul needs in that moment. So if you are curious about this, or if you feel drawn to it, just start. and let your breath guide you. There is no rush and there's no right or wrong. There is, like I said a moment ago, just a return to your breath and to that version of you that has always been there beneath the noise and the distractions and the conditioning. Okay, I think that's me done. Thank you so much for watching. If this video resonated with you, please like or subscribe, or even better, leave a comment below. Really helps the channel. And I will be uploading a guided 30-minute DMT style breathwork meditation ASAP. So hit the notification bell to be notified when it's live. But until then, please stay safe, breathe deeply, and hold on to your happiness. Thanks again for joining me. I'll see you soon. Bye.